Hello, and welcome back. I got a real hot issue for you this week. Hotstuff. Now, this was one of my grandma's comics, and being so, it's not in the best condition. And I'm going to do things a little differently this week, because this issue, after reading it, is actually missing quite a few pages. And it was so delicate, I don't want to risk messing it up reading it again for the video. It's staying sealed for the rest of time. So what we're going to do instead is, because this comic is so old, originally published, I believe, 1957, running until the 60s. I think there was a short break and they started running it again a few years later. But being so, it is now part of the public domain, and the full comics are online on this site here. There's a bunch of comics on that site, by the way, if you want to take a look. So I'm going to be reading it off a computer. I will then take the screenshots from the site and I'll put them up on the screen as I'm reading it. For those who watch my videos regularly, you might not like this as much, or you might like it more. Well, however you feel about it, I'd love to hear about it. As for trigger warnings, I can't really think of too many for this episode other than depictions of Satan, you know, for people who are afraid of that, who aren't the true Christians. So, you know, I guess the ones who aren't Protestant, according to Chick Publications, which, by the way, is next week's review. Chick Publication, Sabotage, and it's got a flaming Bible there. So I'm really wondering what the sabotage is going to be, because they often have titles and pictures that make it seem like it's going one way, and it goes really, really severely the other. That's part of why I tried doing a goofier book before that, because just to lighten the mood of it. And this one is goofy as heck. But I don't want to spoil it too much, so let's just get into it, and I'll talk about it more after. Okay, welcome to the main segment. So, as I said in the intro, hopefully, I don't have, this comic's not in very good condition, and I'm missing quite a few pages. So I'm going to be reading a digital copy, and I will be putting the images up on screen as I do so. For the majority of this video, I'm just going to have the camera focused on my copy, and I'll insert it over. So you don't see my hands too much this episode, because I'm dealing with the computer. Which is probably for the better, because they're covered in glue, because something I'm making from my mom, which I'll publish a short about that when it's done. You know, when you get glue on your hands, it looks weird. So starting with the cover, the first, you know, Harvey Comics. I found out that they did a lot more characters than I thought, watching this, like Little Dot and whatnot. Now, the cover itself looks great. I mean, I don't really see how it plays too much into what's in here. Honestly, a lot of the covers for this seem like one-off gags. But I do really love it, and I do really appreciate the use of color. I mean, this is the kind of coloring I go for. And these comics, they're so old, even the scans online are in horrible condition. So, this is part of why I do this art preservation. Now, I know this is normally the point where I like to flip over and show the back, but all the sites I found where you can view the comic don't have the back of it included. So we get to our first page, and you have some really cool looking ads. The kind of like ads in here, like the Hercules wristband, the glasses, the X-ray glasses, multiple X-ray glasses, the jet engine, this little dagger thing here, the UFO. Like a lot of these are the cool ones. These are like the ones like when we get to like 1986 comics, 1990, like these things really started dropping off and not becoming as cool. It seems like this, you wanted to order this. I would have, if I had the money as a kid. So our first page, we got a little Red Hot here. I'm sorry, Hot Stuff. I'm going to make that mistake a lot. So low Hot Stuff. He's like, say, that's a nice patch of clay. He starts playing in it. Let's see what I can build with it. And then this caveman looking dude comes out, this gooner here. He's like, haha, little sissy making mud pies. He's like, beat it, or you'll get some of this clay. He's like, you can't throw that sloppy stuff this far. He's like, I have already planned for your retaliation. He's like, you want to bet? And he, boom, boing, chucks a brick at his head. This guy, he's like Bart Simpson. He's a little stinker. Except he doesn't go around every other episode saying how he's America's favorite, like, little bad boy, which was annoying with The Simpsons. Oh, I guess, okay, I get the joke here. It's because he's so hot that when he plays with the clay, it bakes it. So he has fully baked bricks. He didn't realize clay hardens into bricks in my hot little hands. He he he. And that's a great starter comic. That's a great starter little joke for this one, but you're going to find like so much of his humor comes down to the... It's like when we were doing my book, one of the previous weeks, Pandy Escape from Mars, how a lot of the humor came down to either they were in space or they're this kind of animal. That's how Little Red Hot is. It is just, he's Little Red Hot. He's a little devil. Oh, god dang, I just noticed how chunky his shins are. They're really swollen. I retain water because I'm hot. And then you get another ad. See up to 18 miles. High-powered binoculars. And they fold up into this little pocket cachet. And I would have loved that. I don't think I would have been doing the magic tricks, but I appreciate the cartoon. I wonder if he's related to Little Caesar. By the way, how old were you when you realized that the design on his toga was LC for Little Caesar? So, Hotstuff. Electrifying Devil. And you have this cloud here. I love how they drew the cloud like cracking a whip. It's like... And it knocks him off his stump. And the cloud's laughing. Ha ha. Oh yeah, smart Alec Thundercloud. And zzz. And he zaps him in the butt. There's this old person here. It's like, what happened to you? Hotstuff, the little devil singed me after I hurled a bolt of lightning at him. Oh, great lightning master. I guess that's the great lightning master. You'll see this a lot in Little Red Hot, how they have people assuming the roles of like God and like angels, like the duties of them. And they're just like some mythical, like, whatever, bull honky they made up on the spot. And I find it funny how they wanted to use, like, religious symbolism but stay away from it. Reminds me a bit of Satanists being like, oh, we don't worship Satan. We just use the symbols. It's about personal freedom and yada yada. It's like, so either you're masquerading, you're cosplaying as this thing to be edgy that you don't really take seriously, or you do take it seriously. Like, either way, it's bad. It's bad. So next panel, little, I already forgot his name, the Lightning Master here. The Rizukage here. That small devil gets mighty sassy with my thunderclouds. I ought to do something about it. I like how the cloud admitted he attacked him. And the guy's like, screw him. I'm gonna him up. And you'll see later, like, I have a feeling like Little Red Hot is like a toddler. So Little Red Hot's here. I sure shook up that cloud. Now I think I'll have me an apple. Huh? And then... And just lightning shoots from his fingertips like a Sith Lord. You see a lot of bleeding, by the way. Especially in the last panel, like his eyes turn completely red. They turn red kind of in the before panel. But yeah, he's got lightning powers now. And he's like, huh? He's like, golly, that never happened before. And then... And this is where, you know, if you remember back, my copy picks up. Which, you know, I'm sorry for the colors in here. Like, if you see, again, my copy here, it's really red. These look kind of more orange. And he's like, I don't like this lightning business. I better keep an eye on my hands. So, I guess it came out his ass. And this fire hag is there. Hello, Hotstuff, playing nice? Oh, yes, Auntie Clinkler. And then shoots lightning at her. And she's down. It's like, honest, Auntie Clinker, it wasn't my fault. He's such, like, a stinker and, like, a little kid at the same time. He's like, oh, no, I'm innocent. And she's like, you naughty, naughty little devil. Get across my knee. He's like, oh, gee. And the power trip of not even having to grab him, like, he presents himself to be punished. And she goes to swat him. And now, when I first saw this, I thought it was like she's swatting him that hard, but no, it's crackle. His ass is shooting lightning and stinging her hand. I like how she has a little patch where her tail came out, like she had to add that. Anyway, so she's walking off. He's like, huh, maybe now I won't get spanked anymore. He's starting to like it. Oh, look, you can see these comic panels have arrows. You see this in really old comics when it was still more experimental. I've mentioned before how people wanted me to draw arrows in my panels, and I was like, no. So then this, what I would call an ogre, but he called the other thing an ogre, shows up, and he's like, Bruck. And Little Red Hot, I don't even know where this lightning's coming from. He, like, telekinetically launches it at him. It's like Crackle. He's like, ha, serves you right, you bully ogre. Okay, so this guy's an ogre and the other guy's an ogre. They have a lot of variation in their design. Oh, and you see his little fairy angel girlfriend here. Oh, there's Hotstuff. I don't even know if he notices her as another bolt flies through him. Crackle. Hotstuff, what a nasty trick. I'll never play with you again for that. He's like, but Princess Charma. Which, I think she says that all the time. He's like, and no one will want to play with you. He's like, oh yeah? I can get all the pals I want. So a chick rejects him, so he immediately goes up to two dudes. And you might notice they're wearing more like, I mean, that one kind of looks like a diaper here, but especially in later scenes, they look more like shorts. Which makes me think they're like older than him. He's like, hey guys, let's go play hide and seek. He's like, okay, and then we can hope, and then lightning shoots from him again. He's just like covered in static electricity. He's like, hits him. You won't play with us. You can't go near anyone doing that. You know, this reminds me, there are some people that got hit by lightning and claim they feel electrically charged, like they get shocked more afterwards, like items, magnetic items react weird towards them. And even one guy that kept getting hit by lightning and he blamed it on being magnetized by being hit by lightning. We do generate small magnetic fields with our brain waves, so I won't be surprising if some people have more of a field than others. We're going to get a little Evangelion, and you silly humans don't realize your AT field is your soul. So that's the end of it. Like, his friends just stopped playing with him. It says, Hotstuff, little devil. And you have this bigger devil there, and he's like, frazzle, craggle. He's like, gee, I'm sure getting fed up with Grandpa Blaze swearing so much, and he's like, gazooks. I did this in the Archie one, I remember. He's like, he swears just for the heck of it. And on the other hand, flim flam. He's like, idea. Snaps his fingers. I'll give him some fake words and tell him they're new cuss words. At least that way, he won't sound too bad. I like how he's like trying to help not cause profanity. He's like, pardon me, Grandpa Blaze. Yeah? Don't interrupt me. Now I forgot what I was swearing about. Oh well, what is it? It's like, I heard some new cuss words today. Icky poo and zowie ring a ding ding. He's got a little halo, like he's telling the truth. Icky poo, like I think if a kid went into kindergarten and was like, icky poo, they get in trouble. So I don't know if this was like predicting the future or what. He's like, whack, smacks him on the bottom. I hate to hear a child cuss. Now get. I'm not setting an example. Do as I say, not as I motherfucking do, you little son of a bitch. Next page, you have this weird thick-necked giant. Kind of looks like Johnny Elbows. And I think Disney bought this guy out, because I remember seeing him in Disney cartoons. I don't know, he is in the recess of my memory. This was my grandma's comic, so... Stumbo, the giant. He's got a giant bag of groceries. I'm anxious to try out the pea shooter I got in Giantland. Here are giant-sized peas. Now, where did I put the pea shooter? Oh, I guess it rolled out of the bag. How does that happen? I don't know how it got plugged. Well, I'll just unplug it, and he blows it out. Poot! A bunch of stuff flies out. I feel like someone hid it in the volcano and stuffed it with dirt. They're like, yeah, he didn't need that. And he's like, now to get my peas that he just had. And will I have fun? And these two guys come up, and they're like, say, who hollowed out the new flagpole? We're going to put it up tomorrow. And he's like, gosh, I thought it was my new pea shooter. Oh, here it is. The end. Most flagpoles are hollow, though. Alright, Hotstuff. A shocking situation. So they actually I'm wondering if these were like republished, like if they were smaller syndications, maybe in a newspaper or something, and they got put in this bigger comic. Because this one's literally like ending and beginning in the same one. You got these guys running. I guess the fat one has shorts and the skinny one with the pink hair has a diaper still. He's like, phew, we'd better keep away from Hotstuff. He's a menace. Did you see what he did? The tree has eyes now. I guess it was a sentient tree. And he's like, and that goes for me too. He's like, even the apple tree? So this little old man, the Rizukage, he's like, he's become unpopular since the Lightning Master, filled him full of static electricity. Oh, so he does just have a lot of static. I like how so this is, like, you ever do your laundry, you run your hand over your blanket, you shock yourself? It was this guy's fault. I like when you do it, like, late at night and you can see the freaking electricity crawling across the blanket. So he's like, now, back to my business getting rain clouds charged with electricity. He starts pushing buttons on his cloud-o-matic. And below, Hotstuff, we must speak to you, says somebody. I hate when they do that. What gender is it supposed to be? Oh, it's these other two devils. Yeah, see, these ones got shorts on. He's like, somehow you have become the most potent devil. And, of course we admire you. He's like, thanks, member of the Better Devils Bureau. He just automatically knows who they are. I guess they're real big guys. I like this one's mustache. But please, don't come near us. Wow, it sure is great to be feared by your elders. And just to make sure I'm tops, I'll get rid of my electrical competition, the Thunderclouds. You see, he shows very disturbing psychology here. I also love that this guy's like trying to punish him and sending him on a power trip. Then I'll be the most powerful jolt in the area. Here comes some tough clouds now. They are some tough looking clouds, and they'll come up, crackle, just hitting them with the lightning, cuckoo, and he's just sitting there laughing it off. Because apparently the lightning made him lightning proof. So I guess he sent it back at him, like that was him sending it back at him. He's like, takes care of them, they're all flying off. And all that lightning just makes me more electrically strong. He's like, I'll have an apple. So he goes over zapping the tree again, which the tree's mad at him, but doesn't seem to have much of an opinion right now. He's like, I don't even mind the shocks anymore. I'm immune to electricity. This guy's, huh? Good grief. What's the matter with you? You're supposed to be enjoying yourselves. He's like, huh? Hotstuff blasted away at us before we had a chance to get him. We've been ruined. Oh, he hit us before we could hit him. Teacher. These clouds are like my least favorite. The clouds and this Rizukage dude. This time I'll strike him so hard, he won't even tackle a sun shower cloud again. Bzzz. And it looks like some sort of turbine, but I guess it's like an electrical thing. He's like, fully charged. Zap! Crash! I really love the colors in this one. And it's shocking him. And there's like a giant Yamcha crater. But he's fine. So, spoilers. I'm probably going to come to the conclusion that Red Hot cannot beat Captain Planet. But this right here seems to insinuate that little Hotstuff can beat Yamcha. Wow, all those other shocks built me up good to take this one. I'm going to thank the Lightning Master. It must be him who's given me this power. So he goes up to the Lightning Master. He's like, there he is. Oops, and he shocks him. He's like, mercy. All the electrical powers I've blasted at you to punish you has backfired. And Little Red Hot doesn't understand why. He's like, punish me? What nerve? And he's like, why I oughta take the electrical charge out of me or I'll wreck every thundercloud you ever put out. He's like, okay. So I like how, he's just immediately, like he went from the power trip of I want to be the most powerful thing in the land so no one can oppose me, to what, you mean you did this as an insult? Well, fudge you, take it off me. He's like, this will de-electrify you in a moment. So he sucks it off with the vacuum. He's making a little stinker face. He's like, phew, he sure is a tough little devil to tangle with. I learned my lesson. He's like, I'm glad I gave back my electric powers. Now I'll get my friends back. I was getting lonely, so I guess that's why, because he wanted friends. I like how this guy could just finish him right now, though, because he doesn't have the electric power, so he's not immune anymore. You get some more cool-looking ads. You got Joy Buzzer, the Fly Ice Cube. I had one of those as a kid, classic. Secret Spy Scope. I really like this 48, I'm assuming inch-tall talking monster from outer space. You know, I try looking this up. I can't find these products anymore. It's like those rubber bouncing ball heads in one of the previous ones. Like, again, I'm doing this. Part of the reason I'm doing this is art preservation, and it's funny to me that, like, these cheap little products, like, they're part of, like, we only know of them through rumors now. Oh, this is where I learned of the Harvey comics, like, how much they did. Like, look, they got Dot, Wendy, Audrey. Of course, Richie Rich and Casper we knew. There's even Spooky, which is like a naughty Casper. Something called Sarge and Sad Sack. And I don't remember Sad Sack. I don't think I've seen some Sad Sacks. Harvey Comics seems like a sweet little wholesome, more or less comic dealer. This next ad is funny. It's a get a free license plate from Quaker Life. I mean, this was when they're starting to make them mandatory. Now you can be a Quaker Life licensed driver. One of these sturdy metal license plates would look swell on your bike. And they're great for scooters, skateboards, or putting up in your room. Only Quaker Life has the complete set. Here's what you do. Look over all 10 license plate numbers on this page, including the large one pictured above. Then circle your choice on a coupon below and send it with a box top from any Quaker Life package. For all 10 plates, send 2 box tops and $1. Better hurry, limited offer. I wonder what these were made out of. Well, it says metal, so it must be like pie pan metal. I'm wondering if they're actually license plate size or if they're like tiny. You know, sometimes you go to those tourist areas and they have those half-size license plates with like names on them. It'd just be funny if someone's uncle tried sending this on a car. And again, I hate when these have the tear out part of your comic. Like, insert a coupon, bruh. Then you have this cool calendar for Harvey Comics, and I'm assuming the highlighted days are days Harvey Comics come out. Because a lot of them are Sunday, and, you know, Sunday has the funnies. And then just some random days sprinkled throughout it. Now we get to my favorite story in this issue, Hotstuff, Gentleman Devil. And you got little Princess Charma there. Oh, isn't he nice giving her flowers? He's like, yuck. He's a little stinker in this one. So romantic. Yuck. And so polite. What a gentleman he is. Oh yeah, I think he's just a sissy being nice to a girl. And the guy drives off. Room. She's like, Schneer. I'm not interested in them. Goodbye. He runs off. And so I keep wanting to say Princess Penelope here. I think Hotstuff is really more of a gentleman than he realizes. I hate how they broke that sentence up over 2 clouds. I think I ought to tell him so. I don't know why I'm giving her a lisp. So he flies off. He can fly, apparently. Boy, Princess Charma annoys me with her ideas. With her ideas. By the way, if you look up the Wikipedia, it straight up says that it's his girlfriend. So, oh heck. My patch of hot peppers has been invaded by daisies. Phooey! He picks the flowers. He's all happy. He's like, that's better. My beautiful peppers. The capsicum will cause people pain. And she flies up and grabs the flowers. For me? Oh, thank you, Hotstuff. You are a gentleman. So he proved right the thing she was thinking about him. Oh, here's one of the scenes where his eyes are all red. He's like, fret, snort. I like how he just says the sound effects. Like, fret is an emotion and snort. Like, but then he thinks, I didn't mean to give her the flowers. So she immediately goes and shows her girlfriends. Bow tie and Curls there. Curls is kind of really cute. I like the Curls design. Like, you know those little, what are those things old people collect? The Hummels? Like, I could see there being like a Hummel of Curls there. No, there could be Hummels of all these guys. He's like, look at what Hotstuff gave me. And they're like, that little devil gave you flowers? You know what? You ever watched Little Nicky? Little Nicky's parents are like the devil and an angel. I'm just going to assume this is Little Nicky's parents. This is how they met. He's like, maybe he'll do something nice for us too. He's like, certainly, he's a gentleman devil. And then she's going to get jealous because he's a player. They're in front of this lovely little Disney-esque German-style house. But now let's forget Hotstuff and get to the work we must do before our picnic today. Weird sentence. Right, we'll pick up our food on the way. So Hotstuff is here with some rocks. Boy, that's a swell pile of rocks. That's a nice boulder. It gives me an idea. And he starts like lifting the rocks. I'll build myself a shelter in case I ever want to spend the night here. He's just making himself a little house. We used to do that when I was a kid. Now they call that squatting. Soon, the inevitable soon, it's very hidden there. He's like, beautiful. He's like, what a darling surprise. And all the little fairy angels, oh look, they're even giving him a kiss. If I didn't have the context from Wikipedia that the princess one was his girlfriend, this would seem weird. Look, Hotstuff built a playhouse for us. He's as nice as you said, Princess Charma. He's like, oh no, a kiss from a girl? I don't want to be a sissy or nothing. But then she's like, sweet thing. And you know, he looks like he's enjoying it to me. It's like, me? Sweet? Bah! Cut that out! I'm only slightly excited by that. Choo! I would say he's turning red, but, he's like, chee! You know, like, cheese used to be a very popular, like, curse. And I like how he says part. He's like, chee! They get me all mixed up. The only thing that'll cheer me up is a strong drink of lemonade. Don't think it's liquor. It's lemonade. Because I'm a devil. And there's a lemonade spring, so I guess he's in the Great Rock Candy Mountains. He's like, this is the lemonade spring, where the bluebirds sing. Oh my god, it is the Rock Candy Mountains. Lemonade spring, where the bluebirds sing in the Great Rock Candy Mountains. That's cool, I didn't know this took place there. So, slurp, slurp, slurp. If you haven't seen that song, look that song up. I'd put it here, but I don't want to get copyright struck. I'll put a link to one of my favorite ones in the description of this video. We have nothing to drink on our picnic. We can have our picnic by the lemonade spring. Then we can have all we want to drink. Oh, goody. They drew two of them with crowns right there. A little mistake. Let's stop here. Okay. We'll be close to the spring. And you hear gurgle, gurgle. Yerp. Sitting there eating up. Yummy, that did the trick. And it put me in the mood for a sweet tune on my fork. And he starts playing his fork like a banjo. Well, I mean, they are referencing classic Americana music. Look, there's that sweet old Hotstuff, serenading us. Shh, let's not disturb him until he's finished. Then we'll really give him a great big thank you. He's like, twing. You know, you're going to appreciate that attention when you're older, kid. Hotstuff and lukewarm. Hotstuff took the letter from the devil kid, who brought it from his Uncle Nick, and he read it aloud. Dear Hotstuff, I'm sending your cousin Lukewarm to you. Luke is timid and shy. I'm counting on you to make a real little devil out of him. Love, Uncle Nick. Of all the nerve, howled Hotstuff. Sticking me with some little simpleton who's too chicken to act like a devil. He turned to the devil kid who had brought the message. Take the message back to Uncle Nick warm. Tell him I can't do anything for his son because I have to go to the moon. Okay. The devil kid turned towards the cave door, and Hotstuff yelled, Hey, did you get that message, kid? Yup, the kid replied nervously. Yes, sir, cousin Hotstuff. Yippee, Hotstuff cried. Wait a minute, are you? The devil kid nodded rapidly and murmured, I'm lukewarm. Oh, brother, thought Hotstuff. Me and my big mouth. Now I've got to take care of cousin Luke, or I'll be bad with the family. You don't want to turn your back on the family. And to Luke he said, forcing a laugh, I bet you thought I didn't know it was you all the time. Why, you look just like Uncle Nick. Well, it's just a hand. I do. That's funny, said Luke, with a little twisted smile. He's not my real pa. He adopted me. Hotstuff looked sincerely at his cousin Luke and growled, he adopted him just because his name's Luke. You're going to carry my name. Warm. The first thing you have to learn is to never try to make a fibber out of other people. Who was trying? Asked Luke. Hotstuff mumbled to himself, this kid is a wise guy. Uncle Nick sent him here just to get rid of him for a while. Speaking aloud to Luke, he said, the first thing to remember before I teach you how to make mischief is don't pick on anybody who doesn't start picking on you first. Got that? That's funny because that actually kind of goes with the first comic, how the cloud attacked him. Luke nodded, and Hotstuff went on. Of course you know how to make yourself invisible. When Luke shook his head, Hotstuff continued. Just say to yourself, I'm invisible. Try it. Ooh, I'm scared. Hotstuff hollered, say it, Luke! Luke was more afraid of Hotstuff than he was of becoming invisible. So he said quickly, I'm invisible! And with a poof, he vanished from sight. Then a frightened voice from an unseeing throat shrieked, Hotstuff, help! I don't know how to be visible again. Take it easy, Luke. All you have to, he looks really derpy here, do is say I'm visible. And the voice said, I'm visible. Poof. Luke reappeared, and he looked at his arms and legs to make sure he was really there. Now, spoke the teacher, I'm going to teach you how to make fire come from inside you. Come flaming out of your mouth. Oh God, thank you. I'll show you how to make flames with your fingers, the tip of your tail, and most important, how to use a trident. I like how they're calling it a trident and not a pitchfork. Oh, I never learned all that, exclaimed the timid little devil. Oh, yes, you will, Cousin Luke. And when you do, I'll get you your own trident. How would you like that? That would be ginger peachy, replied Luke, bringing a nasty look from the teacher. Don't ever let me hear you use that sissy expression again, said Hotstuff. Cousin Luke learned slowly at first. He had trouble controlling the fire that came from inside. But once he burned a chair right from under his teacher, mischief-making is just a matter of practice, said Hotstuff. Many times. Practice, practice, practice. And practice he did. Luke would go out for a walk. Hotstuff would think he was alone and start to lie down for a nap. And his straw bed would catch a fire. It seems like he'd do that already. Doggone it, Luke, he'd howl. I told you not to pick on anybody unless he picked on you first. Luke would argue, suddenly becoming visible. But you told me to practice. It got so Hotstuff was afraid to move about the cave. He'd trip on a cord, making a tub of water dump over him. He'd sit on his chair and yelp and jump because it had a slab of ice on it. Luke was really bugging him. Luke, Hotstuff warned, waving a paddle at him. This has got to stop. I'll tell Uncle Nick you wouldn't let me practice. Luke grumbled. Finally, Hotstuff made up his mind. Luke, you're a first-class devil now. Uncle Nick will be proud of you. Go home and show him what you can do. So Lukewarm went home, and Hotstuff had peace again. But one day a box arrived. There was a note on it. This is to repay you for what you've done for me, Hotstuff. Love, Uncle Nick, he read. Then he eagerly tore the top off the box, and out popped a boxing glove on a spring and punched Hotstuff right in the nose. That one was pretty funny. I kind of wish they would have made that one into a comic. Oh, here's a little sad sack. So I guess this is Sad Sack. I was going to say he reminds me of that army guy, but look right here, he's in the army. So I guess the same design. Wow. So Sad Sack. I'm loaded with work. Every time Harvey puts out a new Sack comic, I have to do more work. And he's posting up posters for it. Now it's all over town. On fences, on stores, and of course in your home. Get your copies today. They got another one of this giant here. Stubbo the Giant in Smog on It. Our smog problem is getting worse, Stubbo. You're right, I'd better blow it away. I guess they just discovered burning coal or something. Man, they drew his kneecaps like Oh god, I do not like how this guy draws legs. They're kind of built like the giants from Game of Thrones, so he's like, phew! And he blows that smoke away, and they're like, it's gone! Hooray! We can breathe normal again! It's like, I'll blow it away anytime it forms again. Like, good old Stubbo. Then take care of the problem of where is it coming from, Stubbo. He's like, I wonder where it went. I hope it isn't bothering someone else. Stubbo seems well-meaning. He's not a jerk. Oh, there it is, floating over that mountain area. Well, it shouldn't bother anyone there. And you hear, it's like, oh no, it seems to be annoying someone. Choke, gasp. And whew, he blows it again. He's like, did you blow that dirt cloud over here? Or, yes, I did, old man of the mountain. He's like, that was a terrible thing to do. He's like, I'm sorry. And this old lady comes out. And I didn't like it either. It was an accident, old woman of the mountain. I've heard of the old man of the mountain before, but never old woman of the mountain. This is where my comic ends, by the way, is on this page. I love this old-timey... I love how they used to draw the moon. Like, people don't depict the moon like this anymore. It's like, I know, I'll blow it up into outer space. It's an interesting design for the moon, too, because there's so many circles they had to draw. He's like, good riddance to bad rubbish, if I may coin the phrase. I don't think you're the first person to say that, but okay. Well, this is so old he might be. So the moon sees it, and he's like, that better not get in my paws. Foo! He's like, choke, gasp, choke. He's like, I'm sorry, Mr. Moon. I thought I missed you. He's like, some nerve. The moon's just at eye level with him. Look, more flat earth truths in ancient media. This is so thick with dirt and muck, I can hold it in my hands. And idea. I really hate in this comic how the characters just go like, idea. They've done it twice so far. It's like, maybe I can make it smaller. So he starts squeezing the soot. I've seen people do this before, collecting soot and using it for ink. Phew. It's tiny now, but it smells much worse. Cause it's all concentrated. He's like, oh, here's a big pot with a cover on it. I'll stuff it in there. And he starts like fingering the pot. No one can smell it now. Yep. And these two witches come out, which look very Disney-esque too. I'm wondering if this guy went to work for Disney. I swear I've seen these designs in Disney cartoons. I have a Disney comic too. We'll see if he's in there. He's like, what did that giant put in our pot? Let's find out. These witches are like my favorite characters so far. And like, ah, what an appealing stench. Delightful, delightful. It looks like squid ink noodles. Why, it tastes gruesomely great. How utterly stinko. Stinko? We must thank that giant. So they fly out to see him. They got these little booties on. We want to thank you for putting that lovely cake in our pot. They think it's cake. He's like, cake? Please bring us more of that yummy cake. He's like, well, I will, if you promise me you'll get rid of it. And like, naturally, we'll eat it. He's like, if only all cities could solve their smog problem that way. But after all, how many witches are there in the world? You'd be surprised, guy. I like how there kind of was like a environmental message to this one. Captain Planet approves. So boys, sell grit. It's some sort of family newspaper. It shows this kid, he's like, oh, I got a bag of money. More order by mail. 50 bike decals, magic tricks, crazy signs like kick me. 500 assorted pendants, so like random pendants. I could see someone buying this and just like selling them off. Comic fleet patches. Crazy stamps. 218 different stamps. Boy, howdy, did kids used to collect stamps. And no one does that anymore, I swear. You never hear anyone talk about stamp collecting anymore. 1001 things that you get for free. Complete list for only 50 cents. I guess they send you a list if you send them money. I guess this was made for like kids that were slightly older. Because it's like, win a $1,000 college scholarship. Dude, my scholarship was $1,000. I wonder how much more that was back then. Would that have been like $6,000? Or other grand prize awards, and get the prize you want at no cost. Or big 50cc per box cash profits. Second prize, a TV. Third prize is a tent. Fifth is a camera. I wonder what fourth is. You know, just more stuff. You can get a hot pot, freaking some bicycles, little car, little daisy scoped rifle. We seen that in our last one. Tabletop pool, pocket ping pong, that kind of thing. See, I thought this was the last one, but maybe this is the in cover to it. I really can't tell. Mine doesn't have it. Because I thought because it's white, but you see in the corner there, it kind of... You have this testimony from the kids. I sell American seeds every year. It's an easy way to get money and prizes. They sell as fast as I can show them. So this one's funny. They're trying to get you to sell seeds. Most of them are like flowers, too. It's not a lot of vegetables. Hey, kids, you want a knife? I'll send you a knife if you sell these seeds. I guess there is a back. The back isn't lost to time. Happy surprise at the end of this one. So, that has been our little hot stuff. This was quite a nostalgic read for me. You know, I hope, I'm sure someone out there is going to see this and be like, I remember that comic. It was great to see this. I got that once with the Crusaders, or someone commented saying, I have looked everywhere to see that face again, the face of the kid that was getting possessed, and I couldn't find it. And that's part of what made me want to start doing these games. I'm like, yes. But anyways, let's get to the final thoughts on this one. It sure has been great. What'd you think of this one? You know, for me, the story didn't stand out that much. In fact, personally, I don't like the character that much. But he's just a bratty little kid. He's a little devil. It's expected. I can tell why my grandma loves him so much, because he is kind of cute and whatnot. You know, she, when she was a girl, she collected these comics. She loved Hotstuff. It's definitely for a different demographic than the kind of comics I normally look at on this channel. I did really enjoy the old-timey art, the cartoons. The thing is, this comic didn't even make that much of an impression on me, though, because I spent so much more time trying to find out which issue this was, because it was missing the cover, issue 84, and finding the website to read it and all that. Like, by the way, AI didn't help at all. You know, I'm rather disturbed. Yes, it's going to turn into a rant about AI. How much people are just bending over backwards, praising AI, like, oh, AI, oh, it's the best thing ever, oh. But the thing is, people don't take the time to actually think about what AI is telling them. In my experience, every time I try using AI, it does not help me. It gives me crap. It gives me the bull crap, not what I'm actually looking for. Or it just straight up tells me something wrong. Like I try looking up the Holy Roman Empire and it shows me the flag of Albania. Like, it's just wrong. And the thing is, people, that's the thing. Like, I look up something that I'm familiar with, and I can deduce, like, if that information I'm given by AI or other sources is accurate or not, or if I need to look into it. People are blindly searching stuff into AI, getting wrong answers, and not questioning it. Just not at all. There's no cognitive process of them being like, hold on, maybe I should make sure this is okay. Personally, in my area, there's restrictions on water usage for citizens, but they're wanting to put up data freaking centers for this crap. So they want to pump all our water there, but they don't want to give it to the people. It's very disturbing. And what's disturbing to me is just how easily people are laying down and taking it. They're not even taking it. They're begging for it. And we're just going to be a bunch of apathetic weirdos, like, within a few years. I get stuff is easier sometimes, but you don't always need to take the easier route. Getting a bit off subject for this comic, though. So, let's get to the age-old question. Could he beat Captain Planet? No. He doesn't have any powers, I think. Unless he's like Hellboy, he's immortal, but I haven't seen him get stabbed through the chest. And it's kind of funny in, like, a cartoony way, like an old Saturday morning cartoon. That's the one good thing I'll give his comic, is, like, There's a lot of comics where you start reading it and it's halfway through it, like the Sonic Archie comics are very soap opera-y. It's like you start off, the first part of the comic is trying to catch you up to where it left off last week. There's like a page of action, and then the rest of the comic is about what's going to happen. Well, at least half of it is. The other half is Laura freaking Sue. Yeah, I thought I bought Sonic, not Laura freaking Sue. But, you know, at least Ken Pinter's got his money. But you have to read them all to have any idea what's going on. You have to reference other material to understand what's happening. Unlike Hellboy, which will be like, this is referencing this part, but you don't really have to read that other book to fully understand what's going on. These are great in that you can just pick them up, be mildly entertained with the comic goofiness. And as you can tell, this comic got a lot of love. I think out of all the comics I've done on the channel so far, including many that were my actual copies from childhood, this one left more of like the nostalgic feeling in me than anything else. And upon saying that, I'm now afraid that Disney is going to try to sell those feelings back to me for $80. But I mean, it is a decent read. If you like classic comics, if you like classic cartoons and that type of comedy. Personally, I think it's funny just how, I don't want to say hated, but just ignored Hot Stuff is. Like, people will bring up Casper, they'll bring up Richie Rich, you'll have The Simpsons referencing how Casper looks like Richie Rich. No one ever brings up Hot Stuff. All made by the same people, right? Just, people forgot Hot Stuff. And to me, out of Casper, Richie Rich, and Hot Stuff, I like Hot Stuff the most. Like, screw Richie Rich. And Casper, I find annoying. It's going to look really bad if I do a Casper comic in the future. But I'm just saying, like, out of the three, like, if you know, the classic meme, you walk into a cafeteria, what table are you sitting at? I'm sitting at Hot Stuff's table. I also, you know, I'm going to bring this up last minute. I love that his girlfriend is like a fairy. If you look on the wiki, they describe her as an angel fairy-like being. But it's like, they don't want to directly put angels in there, but they'll put like demons out the wazoo, you know, like making fun of the devil. That's funny. Don't want to bring up Jesus. It's a bit like Yu-Gi-Oh, you know. I'll say this a lot, and I'm going to say this again. It drove me nuts as a kid. Adults telling us that stuff's going to make us gay, it's going to corrupt us, it's going to turn you into a Satanist. So then they take something like Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, well, we got to censor out all the blood, the guns. Don't want that to influence the kids, alright. Also, female nudity. Let's get rid of anything sexual at all having to do with the female form. And any religious symbol. But not the Buddhist ones, not the other ones, just the Christian-y ones. Just take the crosses out of it. And then the show comes out and then they complain that it's demonic and that it's going to turn kids gay. Yeah, because you stripped away everything that went the other way. You made it that way. You wanted it to be that way so you could complain about it. But, you know, that's my personal feeling. It's funny how much I have to say because of this comic, but not actually about it. But, you know, if you made it this far in the video, you're probably used to me being pretty tangential. I'm going to wrap it up here, though. And, again, I'd like to invite you back next week when we're going to be taking a look at the Crusaders. I know a lot of you out there look forward to just the Crusader videos. And it looks like I might have solved my latency problem with the voice delay. It's going to be really funny me saying this later if I didn't. They updated my stuff and now my hardware can't handle it as well. But as always, you've made it this far in the video. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you here again next week. And until then, stay safe out there. If I have anything to leave you with, it's like Hot Stuff. No matter what's going on, try to find your own happiness in your own moment.